And that's, I guess, a good signal for me to start this. All right, I'm back. I'm doing this. I forget which scene it's on here. I'm going to be navigating OBS, of course, as usual here. And I did have another scene. I know I usually have my little widgets and stuff on here, and it's kind of cool. But for the purposes of today, I'm going to be finishing up um, an arrangement on finale here. So it's just going to be very, um, you know, no frills as far as like, funny OBS things. Um, there's no chat widget or anything on here. It's literally just me and the finale score. So where we left off here, we're in finale. Um, we're editing Quam Pulchra S by Monteverdi. And I originally set out to arrange this piece for a chamber group, and it ended up being more of less of an arrangement and more of a like kind of a piece based on this. I'm trying to tweak with the sound level of my microphone, so just kind of give me a heads up in the chat if it's too loud or too soft. Okay, I'll have to check this later too. So here's what I had to start off. I just want to finish this piece, and then we're going to go on to another piece. All right, so here's what I had to start with. Again, if you're looking for this to be an arrangement, it's not. it's it started out being an arrangement. It's not an arrangement anymore. It's more of a piece heavily based on the Quam Pulchra S. So and this is approximately where we left off. I started by doing not augmented, a diminished theme, rhythmically diminished theme in the trombone voice here of the original. I think it's the cantus that we took from it. So let me figure out what note in the cantus I left off. I literally haven't looked at this since the last broadcast. So I gotta find it's on an E. And I think what I did here is I halved every note length. So those are the half notes. So F, F, D, E. All right, okay. I found out where we are in the chant. F, F, D, E. D, C, C. There's a slight difference in the rhythm here. But I'm not gonna let that bother me too much. I don't think this would have to be a whole note F there that I was squeezing down into into a half note. So let me adjust this here. Let's by the way, I'm sorry if my titles are not set right. They should be, but who knows? I really just kind of was like, oh, let's do this today. So I just hit the stream button. I think the titles are right though. Let's see. So this is the whole note going. It's a half note now, but it was a whole note in the original score. So let's switch this. Oh man, there's so many notes. I just kind of lost my place again. That's the F whole note, and then it goes to C, And C is going to be, if it's where I think it is, C is going to be over the bar line as well. All right. Let's just say that's where I'm starting. How about that? Since it's not really, is no longer, like I said, an arrangement really. It's much more of an original piece based on Monteverdi now. Especially when I put in the doublings down below and the parallels. Yes, I'm aware. I did parallels. That's my modern sense kind of trying to fill in the space a little bit. Sorry. I know it's not necessarily appropriate to the style of music. All right. So we're going down to C again, and then to an A, which is going to be, believe it or not, a dotted quarter note. And then 16th note, G, F, G. Yep, that will work. And then half note, which will be again over the bar line. And it's going to be an A. If you're joining in here, I'm literally taking the piece Quam Pulchra S, and I've taken the cantus, and I basically I tried to arrange it at first, and it sometimes when you set out to do things like arranging and stuff like that, and there's no like specific deadline or anything for this. This isn't like a pro arranging where the client has asked for something specific. It's literally just me putting together an arrangement of Quam Pulchra S, and then realizing that it's no longer an arrangement anymore. It's more of a theme and variation on Quam Pulchra S. So perhaps I can approach this in the following measures more as that. Let's set a place here. So when I finish this leg of the chant, what I'm going to do, yeah, I just did. Okay, so this is the ending of the chant line here. This A, that signals the end of it. Maybe what I can do here is I can add some harmony. And then I think what I want to do is I want to grab that and put that again right here. And so it's now it's off centered. I have to fix the notation obviously. So if you're not used to doing this for like human beings, this would be a problem here. So you want to fix it like that, and then the notation is a little bit cleaner here. So I did D there. I can do I'm going to do a little bit of off-centered here. I'm going to make that just a whole note, actually. Let's do something really epic in this. C, B, A, G. And then let's try a double stop here. I'm going to catch fire from like cello players. If you're a cello player, I'm not. So I'm going to do a fifth here. Actually, a fourth. Let's do a fourth. And then a third. And if that's not possible, obviously I would have to change that. But I think that's where I wanted that to be on the bottom here. It's in kind of an awkward key for strings anyways, having one flat on it. At least it's an open string. You have the F that you can put on there, but actually no, wait, do you guys have an F? I'm going to sound like a novice on that. I play brass. Okay, full disclosure here. This is the line that I know. I'm not going to write anything impossible for the trombone player. All right, here it is. Let's hear a little bit at a time here. I'm doing this the new school method here. I know composers, like the playback engine. And the thing is, like, when you listen to the playback engine, I think you got to listen with a little bit of skill too, because you have to imagine what actual performers are going to do. This is not going to sound like the playback engine. If it does, you've done something wrong. Kind of like that actually a lot. I'm going to put this, I'm not going to put any, my instinct is I want that cello line to be more lyrical. I know I'm going to upset the cellist if I do this, but you know what? How about this? And then put a tenuto over the, where's my tenuto tool? Okay. Oops. Okay. Nope, wrong. Sorry. T. Oh, why am I forgetting this? I'm forgetting the shortcut here. There we go. And what I want is I want these two notes to be more laborious. So like this here, this part, this run here, what I'm kind of looking for is not necessarily like a slur, because it's probably not going to work with the 16th notes, not as fast unless you're a really, really skilled cellist. But it could be cool if like we got a little bit close to it. So it's literally like kind of as close as you can get to that being like slurred going up, and then almost like, thank goodness we made it up there. Vroom, vroom, like just a bow back and forth for each note on that, almost like they're whole notes, but not really, because it's in the time frame. It's not gonna fit as whole notes. Okay, and I don't think I need any bass note there at all to do this. So starting on beat 1 of this measure here, I'm going to start doing a unison of the chant. to pull it to its finale. So let's get to the beginning here. It's easiest to read this chant at the beginning. So I'm going to do this in the augmented rhythm that I was using before. It's written in cut time, and I was like, originally scratching my head, I'd be like, are you sure it's in cut time? Yes, it's in cut time, kinda. I'm not sure if they wrote it in cut time originally, probably not, but it does sound more correct, true to the form, if I put it in cut time. So that's why this part here where the trombone finally plays it properly, more or less, it's kind of like, you know, justice a little bit. We're gonna do it in not cut time though. So trombone's got that part there. This is gonna be a dotted half note. I'm gonna put it in. I'll put it in. I'm not gonna mess with it this time. I'm gonna just put it actually as it is. Maybe a little bit different. But in most voices, I'm gonna probably try to put the actual theme like in unison, and I'm fighting my urges to not do that. It's hard. It's hard. My 20th century urges to do something uncharacteristic of myself. And you may not know this. I'm like much more pop oriented, much more jazz oriented. So this is kind of an exercise task for me to not be that way. All right, let me just kind of refocus on this here. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to counter setting here. Let's go to 25, 26, 20, 26 here and just see where that's at. Yeah, that's cool. And then how dare I? Excuse my error, my Windows error sound. All right, let's put in a little bit more of the chant in there. The cantus is going up to A as a whole note. I'm going to go to the high A this time in the trombone, which is not something I did before. So this is actually kind of at register. Although I can do better than that, can't I? Let's see what the timbre kind of... I think the timbre of having the trombone and the violin playing in the same... roughly the same register this time could be kind of interesting. So I'm going to do A natural there. And then we have a G. And then another F. And a half rest. High C. Oops, sorry. We can do a high C there. Let's check that. I want to do roughly unison here still. And then I'm gonna figure out what 20th century thing I'm gonna add in here. Try that. Actually, it's not supposed to stop there, but I kind of like that as a completion for this. So I'm kind of okay with that. Let me do this. All right, so this is the Monteverdi piece in its entirety. I believe this is done. Let me set the counter settings back. And that's that one entirety. I think that's about as good as that one's gonna get. Well, sorry, that's not as good as that will get. I could probably tweak it later, but I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with that one. Let's do another. I pulled up on another monitor. Uh, I forget my Latin. Sorry. Ego dormio. With two voices. It's the canto and the basso. So there'll be a lot of flexibility here, I think, in this particular arrangement. I'm going to use the setup wizard to speed things up here. My arrangement is going to still be the trombone for brass. Let's do let's see, violin. Where's my stringed instruments? Violin, viola, and cello and double bass. Do I want anything else in there? I'll go with this for now. All right, so this is going to be Ego Dormio. As I sleep. The other part of that is there's actually another part to the name on that one. Ego Dormio et cor meum vigilat. And I think that's something like, but my head is vigilant or is watching, but I'm watching or something like that. I'm sleeping, but I'm watching or something. I have to do the official translation on that and find out what that would be. It. I gotta look at it still. I have it on the another screen. I have three monitors here that you can't see, but let's see. Is Ego dormio e cor meum vigilat. Okay. Cor meum vigilat. Okay. And this is also another Monteverdi. And I'm gonna call us. We're definitely not gonna copy it verbatim. These pieces are really fun to kind of just mess with. Actually, hopefully I'm not upsetting anybody in doing this. Gonna put that good old copyright on it since I'm streaming it. Okay, and let me just double check the. Okay. Capitalization when you're doing like foreign language titles here. Capitalization really makes a difference between looking like you know what you're doing and not. This is SV300. If you're on the IMSLP, you can find the PDF of it and kind of follow along if you'd like. It's weird. The notation is a little weird on this. It has a treble clef, but in parentheses it has a soprano or mezzo soprano clef, C clef, a C clef, also put on there, which is a little weird. Not sure why exactly. I think it's either mezzo alto or mezzo soprano. I'm not really seeing that particular clef, but we'll just kind of go with what we can. This one is listed in common time, so we're just going to keep it as 4/4. And there is no key signature listed, so I have to assume that it is going to use fewer accidentals and probably around the C major kind of range, although I'm pretty suspect that it's not going to be exactly in C major. So let's see what we can do with it. I do see some accidentals flowing in later on. We have actually got a C chord. There's a harmony in it, even though there's two voices. Let's see what we can do with it though. Here, looks like there's an accompaniment with this. Let me see. Yeah, there's an accompaniment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna either consider it or disregard it because I'm certain that the accompaniment was not necessarily part of the original of this. So this is probably not. The voce, two voce, bass clef, basso continuo. Okay, let's try it. Let's try this out. So I got the bass note here. Let's put the bass note in the cello, because it's actually closer to the cello range. So start with cello solo, maybe in octaves with the bass, the double bass, and then that's going down to E. Not sounding super C major, even though the accompaniment has a C chord with it. Actually, it does kind of have a C major vibe to it, doesn't it? If you look at the accompaniment here, I can put the harmony in the top voices perhaps on this. And then put a half note here. Let's put a little bit of this. It's an A minor. It's actually an A minor. Okay, that's why it didn't look like a C major vibe. Modally, it looked kind of right, but it's an A minor. That would be why. That makes a lot more sense here. I'm going to do something that I like to do in many of my pieces here. It's kind of a cascading effect here. It's not super hard to do. It's literally just, I'm going to put the, so I've got the E. This is going to go over to the next bar. I'm crossing voices with the viola, but that's totally fine. Maybe move the... No, that's... I think these voicings are actually okay. I think that's alright. Let me put in some more notes before I play back on this. So the next one is going to be an E chord here. I'm going to try to avoid parallels this time. I'm going to keep the common chord, common tones here. We have E's, E is tripled now. It's an E minor chord that we're going for. So we're on C there. If we split this like this, which should be okay here. Let's just do a quick check here. Go A. That's a second. That's a second. C. Yeah, that's going crossways. That's not similar motion on that. These guys are going to be okay with that. Let's check the cello and the viola. So you're going C to B and going A to E. That's probably good. Same, yeah, I think we've avoided parallels actually in this. Let me hear a little bit of this now. I think this is going to be kind of cool. I want to make that shorter. I think that's what I want to do with that. And then, what's that melody actually? Then goes back to the A minor chord. Actually, this is an F major chord. And so the voicing is going to be C. The voicing is an F second inversion chord that's in the harmony for this. So da, 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 maybe I can do a suspension over. No, let's keep it straight for now here. That's going to go up. Keep the common tone here. Sorry, not that. We're going to go up there, down there, and then C and F, A and E. That's a fifth going to a. If we go up one, we're going to stay parallel fifths here, so we're not going to do that here. We're going to keep that to a common A. Maybe change. Let's actually move this. Let's move that down a third here. B, E, fourth, A, C, third. That's okay. Let's do, I really want to go up here if I can. E, A. That's okay. That's a 6, and then F and B. Okay, I think that works actually. Let's see. And it's really a half note there. We have a lot of movements here, I think. I think we don't have to do that many. It changes the voicing. That's why it's got so much movement in it. Can put in this voice, we can just make it a whole note. Kind of want it to breathe a little more there. Maybe it needs to move less. Oof, sorry about that. Maybe it needs to move less at the beginning even. Oh, come on. I hate that about Finale, that it does this loud friggin' audio alert, but the sounds for the instruments themselves are super soft. Let's see if I can turn off the alert sounds here. Actually, I think there was a way to do that in sound settings. Let's make that happen here. Actually, no, sorry, it's not sound settings, it's the mixer. There we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, annoying Finale. Windows alert sound. Alright, let's see if this has done what I needed it to do. It sounds like it's not a. Let me just slow it down a little bit. I think it's a Finale issue. This is why they tell you not to listen. This is why they tell you not to really listen to the computer play it. Is that you know what, actually I think what I have to do here is I have to keep this the same and make the trombone voice move. I think that kind of works. Let's and then A minor. Actually, I think it wants to, maybe it wants to go to A minor in the second beat here. So let me get rid of any notes that are not in the A minor. No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually, because the F is in the bass note there. So the next measure we have G, B, E. Those are inverted, first inversion E minor chord, and we have that on beat 1. And this is going kind of verbatim with the this is going with the chant, so the canto. So let's put in some of these guys here. And then we got those in the bass here, just to kind of prep it. And then the first half note of this measure is going to be the E minor first inversion. And it's a little hard to read because of the ink being a little close together, but it looks to me like the second chord is a quarter note with the first inversion E chord, and the third note of that is a C, E, G. It's a second inversion C chord. So let's see if that pans out. I think that probably looks right with the basso down in the bass there. So let's try that. So we got G. We're gonna do common tones again. So I don't have any. Can you hold on 1 second, actually? All right, sorry about that. So let's check it out. So I don't need a C, so it's gonna go either down or up there. I can probably, let's see, we have F here, B. That we can go down based on that anyway. So let's go down to a B. I think that's good, and then we can go up to the G here, and keep that on the bottom, so it keeps the inversion correct. And then if we go up there, we probably have to go up here as well. A. Yeah, I think that actually works as well for voice leading. So let's do this here. And then the next one is the same chord basically, but so we just keep the same tones on this. And then it's going to go to a C second inversion. So we'll keep the G in the bass here. And I'm not talking about second inversion the whole way on that. Obviously, the bass note is a C, so it's a root position, really, when you take the bottom line in. But I do this right here. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Let's make this a little less a double. So there's actually two lines. There's the basso continuo, which is essentially the same line here, but it's not really for that same purpose here. So I'm going to actually put the notes of the basso in here. And then let's see. That last chord there is the one I want to resolve to a C. So I think this is going up to the C, and then actually no, that would be a little further, wouldn't it? You can do a leap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little stretch, a little bit of a stretch here. This is doubled though, so I've got to do one or the other. If I go down to the E, I can go up to the C. And I can keep with contrary motion here. So I'll do that. Let me just put in a few more notes before we give it one more playthrough here. Now, in the top note here, this is a little weird. Because by the time we get to this one here, we have the canto. Now, the canto, I'm going to put, maybe that's that's my resolution right here, actually. So the canto starts on this measure here, on beat 2. So I'm going to take this one out here, and I'm going to put the canto in, which probably will screw up all of my voice leading that I just did. It actually looks like it means to start on. That's really weird. I'm sure it starts on beat 2 here, but it doesn't look like there's a half note there. Now the weird part about it is this second beat here is going to turn to a G sharp somehow, but it also wants it to be slurred, so I'm not going to do something silly like that. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me why you would slur or tie over. It's technically a slur, but the way it's kind of written, I guess we can try to do it that way. It is a slur though. It just looks like a tie. So I think it's a little bit confusing to the performer potentially. And that's going to go to a quarter note, actually not a half note. This is much more like an arrangement right now. And this goes in the bass note, or the basso here. Is going to go. Okay. So that's that. And we have quarter notes all the way through on the other three voices, except for the basso continuo. Which again, I'm just happen to be using it like this. This is a little bit weird because in this particular measure, there again are not enough notes. So I'm going to make a little bit of an editorial change. As is totally in my power. Oh, hold on. As the arranger, we're going to make some editorial changes here. Where was I here? Okay, this one I think can be quarter note, though. And then I'm not sure if it wants a flat here or not. Looks like a G minor chord, though. I love weird stuff like this. This is great. All right, let's hear up to here. I've got a bunch of voices missing in here, so it's going to sound a little weird, but whatever. Maybe do something in here. And the chord for that measure is an E major root position, which I don't think it's going to matter really where I put these notes. Probably. I don't want to double the third though. I've got an A for some reason in the bass on that measure here. I think I probably jumped the gun on that one. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is actually wrong there. I did too many things at once, sire. Okay, I'm like having a hard time focusing on this. Where am I at on the time wise? I'm at 51 minutes, so that makes a lot of sense for me. I've been doing this arranging. I finished up my last piece, the Monteverdi piece that I ended up being theme variations before. And now we're switched over to this one. Okay. Dun, 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 ba-da. And actually, the chords will go with that too. So it's A. No, sorry, not A. reading alto clef here. B, and then I can go down or up. I think I'm going to go down to A there. Actually, it's like, what A is like going to be like. No, A is okay. I'm going to go down to A. And then let's suspend it. It's the same, not suspend it, but let's tie it. And then it's going to go back to. Like that. That works great. All right, so the trombone is going to start on G there. And we're going to, I think the G could go, it'd be in octaves. I don't think I want to do parallel octaves there. So let me see what I can do here. I'm going to E major chord on beat 1. And if I go up, the alto voice, I believe, is already going down. Oh, we already have, on beat 1 there, we already have that. Alto voice is going up from the previous 8th note. So let's go. And then yeah. And then to the basically the whole note of the next one. But we can do a half note there so it has the correct rhythm in it. And that's going to be an A minor chord, so we can go up or down. I think we're going to go down to G, to A rather there. Wait, is that an A minor chord? Yeah, it looks like an A minor chord here. Let's try it. And then for whatever reason, the note that I copied on there, that doesn't really fit, so. And let's put. I think that motion's kind of cool. I like that. I like that a lot. And then it's basically, it's the same chord over again here, so we can do that. And I think that's right. Actually, no, it's not the same chord. It's a little different. It's an A major chord now. So I've got to switch this. I think that works. That is a parallel octave. Let me save this. This is Monteverdi Experiment 1. Monteverdi Experiment 2. How about let's just Monteverdi 2. Why? Just because. And then I think I'll have to go on with this a little bit later on. Thank you guys for popping in from time to time on this. It's been kind of encouraging. I want to do more of these. This is just a lot of fun. So I appreciate you watching, anybody who's popped in. And I'll do some more of these and again another time. So thank you so much. Is this the right one? Yep. See you guys.